Hey guys, happy Friday, May 10th, 2024, and we're getting back to the Candy Auto hand crank forge blower. I just finished cleaning this up. Wire wheels, heat, parts washer at work, the kitchen sink with Dawn and a brush, don't tell the wife. But I'm getting ready to reassemble the gears and the bridge back together, and I thought that I'd bring you all along. I just find this fascinating, and maybe I'm kind of silly, but it's just 1902. It's what, 122 years ago. These gears, this is obviously bronze, brass bushings, the cast iron, literally cast iron, the brass fittings for the petcock, the oil fill, which this was missing, but I found one that I bought for an old gas stove that I had, and I didn't need it, so it actually, the threads fit. It's amazing that they're the same threads, but I drilled the hole out a little bit bigger. I'm going to find a plastic cap or a rubber cap to cover this so that when I fill it, I can cover it and it's not going to, get contaminated. But, and I know these gears don't mesh together in the realm of things, but I mean, look at these tolerances. It's just amazing. I think all of these holes are bushed with brass. And here's something else that I thought was kind of cool. Do you hear that? Those tolerances are so tight that it's just, that's impressive. I don't care who you are. Isn't that what's his name says? Larry the Cable Guy. So we're going to put this together, and I can tell you now, and I like using Outer's gun oil, that these two gears, I'm not sure what steel they're made out of, but this thing probably sat outside at one point and filled with water. But this gear here and this gear are kind of pitted. Not kind of, they are. So I think it might bind up now that they're nice and clean. And I'm probably going to wind up having to popsicle stick, sandpaper, a tiny file. I actually have a point file from back in the day. That show you how old I am. And make them, happy again. And I'm like not doing what I'm supposed to be doing here. But I truly think that I'm going to need to be taking this back apart anyway to file those gears down, clean them up a bit so that they mesh well and they work really smooth. And this is kind of a puzzle, even though it only goes together one way. Then we'll splash a little oil on these gears, because this will be, when it's all said and done, submerged in an oil bath, halfway anyway. And then we're going to put the bridge on. Again, those tolerances just kill me. Put a little more oil on this part of the shaft. And actually, this is the shaft that drives the fan, which is over on the other workbench. And this really is a puzzle, but it's cool because it's so old. It's just, again, I think it's fascinating. And I know when they got up and running the B-24, I think it was, or B-25 bomber in World War II in the Ford factory, millions of parts. They were producing a flyable bomber every 58 or 59 minutes. There's a video on it. You can look that up. It's pretty impressive. But again, that's what, 40, 142 years later. And these are square head 1/2 inch bolts. I don't have a 4-point socket. Because to get in here with a wrench, yeah, you could do it, but it'll make you say bad words. But believe it or not, I've got this Cobalt, you know, 12-point, 6-point are the norm, but this is like 800-point, this Cobalt socket, and it came on a set. And this actually fits and works very well. And I'm really surprised when I cracked this open how much baked on oil there was. It looked like it was extremely hot at one point, but I'm guessing that's just the age and the oil, you know, losing its moisture, so to speak. But it took quite a bit to clean this up and get everything, I don't want to say to high standards, but to my low standards. So we're all back together. And yeah, I feel binding. Yeah, right there. But I can tell you that the gear ratio on this thing must be like 300 to 1. Because you turn this hand crank just a little bit and that fan just spins it up. This thing is going to work great. And yeah, whatever it takes to clean up those gears, I'll get involved and do it. So I'm kind of excited. I really want to get this project done and test this out. This side, I'm not going to paint like I did this cover. I'm going to leave it just the way it is, probably clean it up just a little bit more, get all the oil and grease off it with some paint reducer, and then I'm going to clear coat it because all this brass, I don't want to hide this under a coat of paint. I want this to be visible. So guys, I just thought I'd bring you along. And video 2, I think this is. That seems to be working better now. It's turning 360 degrees without binding, but I'm still going to clean those gears up. But anyway, this is video 2, and the next stage of this video is going to be, I don't know why I said that. The next stage of this restoration is going to be cleaning up these gears, making them work flawlessly and reliably. Although they really do seem good now, but I hear that tick, so we're going to fix that. And then we're going to clean up the other half of this cover. We're going to get that painted, reassemble the whole thing. And in the first video where I said I'm going to cheat and put a little bit of RTV, I'm going to put that RTV here. This is where it seals against the other part of the cover to keep the oil from draining out, leaking out. And I'm guessing they didn't have RTV in 1902. But this is like really super cool. This machine work, the casting, however they made it, the tolerances, it's like, it's beautiful. But I'm going to step it up just a little bit and just put a tiny small bead right on this lip so it seals well and I don't have any leakage coming down the front cover on the other side. And yeah, I just can't wait. And then the stand, that just needs a good cleaning. And I'm not sure if I'm going to paint it this brick red, black, leave it natural and clear coat it. But yeah, we are well underway. So far, I'm pleased with what's going on. And I'll keep you guys posted and keep you along with this, you know, if anyone's interested. Guys, enjoy your Friday night and we'll talk soon. Stay safe. Take care.